Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Wilbur's Arctic Adventure. In this one we ride the Tronfjellveien, which is Norway's second highest road, and we also ride the Rondane Scenic route, which just has amazing scenery. So join us. So we're on the road pretty early. This is heading out of the Tinset campsite that we camped at last night, and that was a nice campsite and we loved the troll cabin. Anyway, so today's plan first is to head about 30 kilometers, and we're heading roughly south to Tronfell, or the Tronfjellveien, and this is going to be a bit of an adventure because it's Norway's second highest road. So it looks like we've got good weather and it gets better as the day goes on. So it's over the wooden bridge going out of Tinset, and let's get some kilometres done. You can just see the radio mast at the top of that hill in front of us, but what a road we've got to find our way up there. We had to turn around and keep looking at the view. We're just about at the cloud level here, but as we get further and further up, what I didn't expect to see was snow and ice. Just wait and see what this road turns into. It starts to get pretty rough, but that's okay. Wilbur's got the off-road tyres on and we can cope with that. It's a load of hairpin bends as we go up here. There's straight drops on the outside, but God, it was worth it for the views. Just spectacular, this road. You just got to accept you can only do 20 kilometers an hour up it. And yes, I'm staying away from that edge. Some of these hairpins were really tight first gear jobs. Here we are, on top of the world. That's what it seems like. 1,641 metres. If I go up there, that's 1,666, but you can't ride up there. And it looks a bit dodgy, and it's -2, and it's been snowing, and here we are. We are the only people here. It's about 9 AM, and look at that view. Look at it. It's amazing. Well, Wilbur, it's a good job we fitted the ice tyres today. That's a bit of a crazy road. I was expecting it to be asphalted. I didn't realise it was like this, but yeah, we're up on the top of all these hills here. That's a TV transmitter, I think. We've got a signboard over here. Oh, it's windy. It's windy, and Wilbur's temperature gauge said it was -2, and I believe it. Here we are. Tronfjellveien, Norway's second highest road, 1666 metres above sea level. We rode up here in the ice and the snow, and we are the only people here, and you can see for miles. Amazing. That was 15 kilometres up dirt roads. We just took it steady because that's what you need to do. And well, what a view. But God, it's cold. My other hand holding the camera hasn't got a glove on, so I can use the camera. And it's a bit fresh. Let's say it's definitely a bit fresh. That's where we came up from. There's Wilbur, there's me. That is what the top of Tronfell looks like. I'm glad it's clear. Yes, I also wouldn't have come up here in cloud. That's spectacular. Right, my hands are cold. Let's get our gear on, get back down again, and we are off to the Rondane Scenic route next. That's it, this one. Tick. Second highest road in Norway. Been there, done that, in the snow and ice. Well, that was a pretty good scenery to spend the first hour of the day. You can't complain about that. But anyway, we've got ourselves to the next stop. We've got about a 40-kilometre run down Route 29, and that takes us to Folldal, which is the start of the Rondane Scenic route. Well, I've just stopped in Folldal just to warm my hands and feet up a bit and take stock. The day's getting better and better, which was forecast. I was hoping to find a cafe here and have a cup of coffee and stuff, but I can't. But I found a Joker, which is my usual place to get my lunch because it's only an hour from lunch. And I'm treating myself to one of these pecan things because they are delicious, and I think I'm quite possibly addicted to them. It kills me how good Wilbur is at everything. Just such a great all-round bike to be able to do everything that we've been doing. So that's it. We are at the beginning of the Rondane Scenic route, and as soon as I've put this in my belly, we're going to get down there. But the scenery around here is just amazing. This is the Norway I was kind of looking for, really, which is, it's very quiet. We've got the open roads, we've got forests, mountains, there's the snow-capped hills, they're smooth flowing roads and things. It's just the scenery and the riding this morning has been probably the best that we've done since we've been in Norway. I reckon it's taken 2.5 weeks to find it, but we found it. Busy. They're good. So with a full belly, we're off towards the Blue Mountains in the distance there, and our first stop, Strombo. Well, we're obviously on the Rondane route. What a route! And it mentioned a cup of tea on the sign, so I thought I'll stop. And there's this big car park area and stuff, and some signs and things. I don't know what any of it means. Strombo and Rondane. There's a cash office. It did say a cup of tea. I was hoping for a cup of tea. There's no cup of tea going on there. A drive through the Blue Rondane Mountains is an impressive journey through geology, nature and culture. The road runs along the east side of the Rondane National Park, and you drive through the landscape. If you're lucky, you might spot a reindeer from one of the last wild herds in Norway. And there's the Blue Mountains in the background. They look pretty blue. The roads yesterday afternoon and the roads this morning have just been outstanding, and we've got more to go. What a great day! I think this is the Norway I've been looking for 2.5 weeks. Let's go! There's the whole of Norway to choose from, and they go and park this enormous thing right in front of Wilbur. Well, that completes the first leg of the Rondane route and takes us down to Atna. It's about lunchtime, and this looks like a good place to stop. Why not? The reason we've come here for our picnic is that if I turn around, it's not everywhere you see a 20-foot high chrome moose. But you can find one here. So okay, he's not 20 foot and he's not chrome. He's actually 34 feet and he's made out of polished stainless steel. So there's some controversy because this, when it was installed, was the highest moose statue in the world. It was 30 centimetres taller than Mac the Moose in Canada. Now the Canadians didn't like this, so they actually fitted a new set of antlers to their moose to make him even taller than the Norway one by 26 centimetres. A bit of rivalry. Well, after all that moosey nonsense, it's time for lunch. So we've got potato chips, we've got prawns in salad, we've got an apple, an orange, we've got the cracker bread stuff so I can dip it in the prawn salad things, And I've got the emergency snack box, which has got all sorts of delicious things in. Oh, and a chocolate bar. Oh, and some nuts. Delicious. So after that delicious lunch, we're back on the road again to complete the rest of the Rondane route. And what we're going to do is we're going to complete the southwestern leg that heads down towards Moen. Well, I just had to stop here on that southwest leg of the Rondane route. There's a biker waving, because look at this, the place is almost empty. That sun is gorgeous, the skies have completely cleared, there's a couple of jet trails, that's it. And this place reminds me of, don't laugh, the North York Moors, because it's all heather and short shrub stuff, and there's sheep around, and obviously lakes just like Yorkshire. What an amazing place though. So I just had to stop and stretch my legs, take it in. What an amazing place. You enjoy that view, Wilbur. So we finished the Rondane, which came down over the hills over there. So the northern leg and the south-eastern leg heading down that way, forests, mountains, around the Blue Mountains, up and down, wide, smooth roads, hardly any traffic. They're the riding roads we've been looking for. The south-western leg took us through the open moorlands and the ski fields and such like. Totally different scenery, but again, just great riding. That road, it's a bit bumpy in places, you've got to be careful in a couple of areas, but generally fantastic. Scenery, 9 out of 10. Road condition, 7 out of 10. That gives it an 8 out of 10 overall. That puts it on the list of roads that you should do, definitely. So join us next time on Wilbur's Arctic Adventure when we ride the Pier Gintvegen. We find a toll gate in the middle of nowhere. We find the road conditions on the Pier Gint to be a little less than ideal, but at least it's dry. There's some pretty good scenery from some of the lookouts. Not the best we've seen, but it's okay. The road's corrugated. It's just like Australian roads. We end up on bad gravel. This is supposed to be a road. Wilbur gets stuck behind a roadworks truck. The road conditions deteriorate even further. We're now on wet mud. Eventually we make it into the town of Lillehammer, of course where the Olympics were held. But we find the place is completely deserted. Even on the high street there's nobody. But eventually we do find half a moose sticking out of a building. All that and more next time on Wilbur's Arctic Adventure.